Hello guys and welcome to another video, and in today's video I want to show you this game here called The Wandering Library. It's a journaling RPG. We're going to play just a little bit of it just so you can get a sense of how the game works. And I brought it today because it's a very simple, very easy, very short game with like a cozy feeling to it. Basically, the premise here is that you are the owner of a wandering library, like a little library that floats around from place to place, and we're going to be interacting with NPCs, getting books, talking about life with other little characters, and it's like a very relaxing game. It's very easy if you like just to wind down with an RPG game. No combat involved, although I believe that we can put combat everywhere, so we may find it here. Maybe we want to find someone who doesn't want to return the books correctly or whatever. But yeah, it's supposed to be like just fun and cozy and simple and easy and relaxing. So that's it. And I do have other games that fit that category. So if you're interested, you can let me know in the comments if you want to know more games that have these like just easy, simple, relaxing vibe to them, and I can bring more videos about it. But I also brought this game here to show you a few things about simple games and how you can increase the difficulty and the things that you can do in it. So let's go. Before we start here, I want to say that as it says here, it's a one-page solo journaling RPG. So that's what it was. It was like one sheet of paper only. And what I did was like just print screen the parts of the game and put in this Pocket Mod format. I have a Pocket Mod template on my itch.io page. The link will be down in the description. And I created that template so that if I have like a little short game with one page or just a few pages or a very short game, I can just print screen the PDF or the information I download about the game and put in that format, so I can print in this format here, and I can put in my wallet and have it with me everywhere. So that's it. And also the link for the original one I'm going to put in the description so you guys can check it out if you like it. Okay, so the first part here is just explaining the game. We are going to be using 2d6s, and I chose two different colors, a yellow and a purple, just because I can identify which one I'm rolling. We will see a table in the end, and I'm going to explain that. And basically, this game is based on two types of rolls. We are going to roll 1d6 for location and 2d6s for situation. So that's basically how we play it. Each scene or each part or each interaction is one location and one situation. I'm going to show you the table soon. They give us some inspiration to start with some little questions, and it also says that basically you are the owner of a wandering library. You might have bought it, you might have built it, you might have inherited. It doesn't matter. You can come up with these like backstory for your library. Actually, for ours, I'm going to use one of these three possibilities here: bought, built, or inherited. I'm going to roll 8d6s for it, 1d6 for it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. So we inherited this library. So again, this is a journaling game. I'm not going to be journaling here in this video, but I usually do that. I usually just get like a little notebook and I write down the topics I'm going through, or I just journal like big paragraphs and let the story flow. It's also a great way of doing something creative that you can have like a finished product after, is by playing journaling games. So you can totally do that. Get some paper, get a pen, get a pencil, get a notebook, whatever you need, and just let it flow. We are not going to be doing this here today, but that's the spirit of the thing, and I like doing that. And if you don't want to do that, that's totally fine. You can just play the game, just go on with the story, and that's also totally valid. Okay, so we inherited the library. I'm going to say my character inherited it from her grandfather. Yeah, I like the idea of the grandfather. You can come up with other backstory. It's totally fine. That's just what came up to my mind right now. So she inherited from her grandfather. He was a librarian on this wandering library. I'm going to say that he was the person who built it, and he was traveling around the world. Unfortunately, he passed away, and the library just came to you, or better, to my character, when it happened. And the character decided that she wanted to take on this, let's say, family business. Let's call it a business. She wanted to take that on because she loves books, she loves reading, which is something that she also inherited from her grandfather, and the times they spent together were so happy, like reading books and discovering the wanderings of the pages. That is like me developing what I would have been writing on my journal if I was journaling on this. Not gonna do that on the video, but you have an idea. Okay, so again, 2 6-sided dice. I have them here, and it gives you like some questions to help you get started if you're feeling overwhelmed or if you don't have any ideas on how to begin with. So questions: who are you and why did you become a wandering librarian? We kind of answered that a moment ago. What does your library looks like and how does it travel? What is your favorite section of the library? So these are more of backstory things that you can work into your journaling and into your story. By the way, another tip is, if you don't want to journal but you want to record your adventures here, you can just find an audio recorder app on your phone and do that. That's also great. Kind of like a podcast format, and you can have a record of your game. Okay, so what I do want to point out here is this is basically the character creation phase, and we don't have a set of rules or tables or anything for character creation, so you can just go off of your imagination. That's totally fine. You can also use additional tools to do that. You can build a character with any other system. You can get D&D character building instructions and build a character as if it was a D&D character, which actually I love the idea, because you can play the story of a retired hero that is taking on a wandering library because he just fought the big bad evil and won, and it's finished, and now he's retiring. That's an awesome story. And I'm using D&D as an example because I play a lot of D&D, but you can use any other system to create your character. For today, what I'm going to do is, I have these dice here with, this one, sorry. This is another one. This one with some races that are very common in D&D and in a lot of others RPGs. I'm going to roll this thing to know what my character is. An Aarakocra. And I think that is the bird, right? I'm pretty sure it's like that big bird humanoid thing. Let me just make sure. I don't usually play with this race, so yep, that's it. That's exactly it. I was pretty sure it was it. And I actually like this version here with an owl head. That's awesome. I usually don't see this race with an owl head, so that was great inspiration. So make sure you research things if you're not sure, because that might give you some good inspiration, just like now. So I'm going to say it's an Aarakocra with an owl hat, which kind of fits the library theme very well. And again, develop your backstory and things like that. So I'm going to go for the inherited library from the grandfather, and that she is a retired hero that just found this opportunity on her door and it's taking it. And then we get to the final page here. There are the tables. We have the locations table, which is 1d6. So each time we want to move to another place in our story, we go for the location here. And we have like the situations, the development table, which is a 2d6 table. So I'm going to say that the horizontal or the columns is yellow and the lines is purple. So that's why I have two different colors. You can use the same color, that's okay. Or you can use 1d6 and roll it twice to find out what's happening. Okay, so we have the backstory, and let's say now that my character, which I don't have a name for yet, just realizing that now. So let's create a name for her. I think I'm gonna call her Lydia. Lydia is going to be our librarian. So Lydia is going somewhere. Where is she going? Let's go for the location here. That's a 4. So she's a steep winding path leads to a mountain village. Okay, so here, what would I do here? Clearly we are going in the direction of a mountain village, but the beginning of this here tell me that we are not there yet. So I think I would like to go over this way along the road until we get to the mountain village and see what happens there. And we can go for this table here to see if there are any situations, like to find the situation on that road going into the mountain village. So let's try to do this. So yellow was number 2 and purple was number 2 as well. So we are here, 2, 2. You find something unexpected. What is it? Okay, so that kind of fits. I was worried because, let me tell you, we have a lot of like interactions here, like someone gives you some books, someone donates books, someone returns a ruined book or things like that. So I was like, we are like traveling to go to a city. Are we stopping to get books? But fortunately we got something that kind of ties into the middle of the journey, kind of thing. So you find something unexpected. What is it? You can come up with that on your own, like your own imagination. If you feel overwhelmed, and I know like a lot of people are just starting to get into solo RPGs, and sometimes they message me and they are like, oh, what do I do if I find this, if I get stuck at this or that or whatever, if you get stuck, that's when I like to use one of my oracles. So for example, this one, we have like a yes or no oracle. I have an iconic oracle, and I have this like table of words oracle, which I call like details table or AB oracle. And basically I can roll on this to get some keywords or to get some icons to come up with what's the unexpected thing. And if you want these oracles and a few other cards like this, I have on my itch.io page, link in the description below. I have this so you can get it. And there's also a full video here on the channel showing how to use all of the cards of that tiny deck that I have on my itch.io page. But for here, we can roll either here on the AB Oracle, or we can roll here on my iconic oracle to find out what's going on. I really like the iconic oracle. I think it's super cute and full of possibilities, so I'm going to go for that. And for this one, I use D12s. So I'm getting one D12 here to use. And again, this is all optional. You can go off of your own head and come up with something. You can do a lot of things. For example, one thing that I like to do sometimes is look on Google. And it seems silly, but go for Google Images and research something. Like I can go and put like unexpected thing or something similar, like surprise or something amazing, and roll to the images. Believe me, you're going to find an image that call your attention and you're going to have an idea. That's another way of doing things. So I'm going to do it by here. So I usually get like 1, 2, 3 icons. So let's see how it goes when we get the first icon. If we need, we can get a second. The maximum I usually get is 3 because I think it's enough to come up with a prompt or something. So I'm going first for the column, and then we go for the line. So I have column 3, line 7. So it's here, column 3, line 7. So we hear some music. Okay, that's fun. So we hear some music, some unexpected music, and then we have 5, column 5, line 9. So 5, 9. Oh, and sword and shields. What I'm thinking now is we hear some singing from a troop of soldiers that are like marching, and I would say they are marching in the same directions that we are going to that mountain village. Let me get one more because maybe it can clarify a little bit more why this is so unexpected and can be fun. An 8 and an 11. So 8, 11, a tower. Okay, so the soldiers are marching, and while they sing, and there is a tower like right ahead of, I don't know, maybe a few miles ahead. Okay, so let's say the soldiers are going to that tower, and we know that this is an unexpected thing. See like a troop of soldiers marching. So we can interact with the soldiers. So in here, I would like just maybe fly the library a little bit down, like next to the troops, and maybe go to a window and talk to one of them, and then you can do the interaction based on that. And again, there is nothing here to help you like what do they say, how does that go, and all of that. For that, I would use this other oracle here because I think it's still like full of possibilities and open enough to give you something to go off of, but it's not as open as this one that can be interpreted anyway. Like the images can be interpreted anyway. So let's say I start talking to one of the soldiers. I'm going to say in the middle of the pack, I find one, my library floats down, and I'm assuming in this world this is like normal thing, like magical things. There's a big library construction floating around, so I'm going to pass through that here. So I float around, put my head out of the window, and I talk to the soldier, to one of the soldiers, and ask what's going on, where are you going, or something like that. This one is a D100 roll, so let me get my D100 here. And this one works by getting a word from the A column and then word from the B column. So from A we have 39, which is here. Examine, and we have the 100, which is law. Examine law, like here. Okay, so what it tells me is that, like, the soldier probably tells, like, oh, we are going to investigate that tower because we have been receiving some reports that they are doing illegal stuff, so that's how I would play it out. And maybe we continue the conversation and then ask, oh, what type of illegal stuff is going on there? And again, I can come up with everything out of my own head. If I don't feel confident enough, or I don't have any ideas, or I don't want to be too biased. And that's the thing that I hear a lot of people complaining about, like, oh, but if I'm just coming up with things out of my head, am I not like cheating the game, like putting just the things that I want to put? That's why I love oracles. If you feel like that, you can leave it to the table and let like the words choose for you what's happening, and you take that overwhelming thought from you that you are like cheating the game and trying to make like just what you want, which is totally fine, by the way. You can make anything that you want. The idea of journaling games and solo RPG games is that you can do whatever you want. Just do it. Just be happy. But if that's making you think that it's not valid, or your ideas are not valid, or that you're cheating, go for the oracles and let it spark your imagination. Okay, so let's say, what type of illegal stuff is happening there? We have an 11, which is heal, and a 40, which is on B, pain. Heal pain. So maybe, oh my god, I love this. Maybe that tower is a witch's tower, and she's helping people, healing people, but the government, the king or whatever, doesn't like it because it's taking like she may be too powerful, or maybe he's trying to control the population, and having someone with that kind of power kind of takes away from his like government, that he was the one supposed to provide healing, and also he's kind of feeling threatened by the witch. I love the plot to be explored, and I feel like my character Lydia would be suspicious of that. Like, why is that a bad thing? Why someone healing people is a bad thing? So I feel like she would just, oh, thank you, and go on her way, but try to go faster to that tower and maybe find out if it is like a bad thing or not, which she thinks is not a bad thing to be healing people, and maybe ally with the witch, which gives us like a plot for maybe some combat. As I said, we can put combat everywhere we want, but this game didn't seem like it, but look at us now. So let's do just a few more like lines and scenes and see what happens. So now we know that we are going in direction of this tower, which I'm going to say is like midway through the mountain village that we should have been going according to the prompt we got. And as you can see, I don't have to roll on the location every single time. Sometimes the conversations, the interactions, the story are going to tell me where should I go next, and I don't have to roll for everything, which is like something that I also see a lot of people doing, like, oh, but now I have to roll again for the next prompt. No, you don't. If you can continue the story and roll whenever it makes sense to do it, you know? Okay, so let's say Lydia got to the tower and she kind of did the same thing, like floating around, looking for a window in the tower. And I'm going to say here, for the purposes of this video, that she finds a window that she can see this witch in. And notice that I'm coming up with all of this. I could be rolling to find out what is in this tower for sure. I could be rolling to find out if she gets to a window in the tower and if that is somewhere there or not. But I'm just going off of my imagination now because it makes sense for this story. Yes, there is a tower. Yes, it is a witch inside the tower. And yes, Lydia finds a window through which she can talk to the witch about. So I'm going for like just normal conversation. She is on her wandering floating library in a window of that, and she finds a window and she's talking to the witch, which is totally normal because I mean it's a witch. She probably saw more magic than that in her life. So and she asked, hey, are you the owner of this tower, or like the I don't know, like the butler? What's the name of those people, that those women that take care of houses or stuff like that, or mansions? I don't know. But are you the responsible here? And what would the witch say? We can go. I actually am going out of my imagination. She's going to say, "Oh yes, it's my tower. It's like it's." I don't want to use the word hospital. You know. Oh yeah, it's my tower. Yeah, that's enough. It's my tower. I know do my potions and things here. And Lydia asked, oh, whoa, and okay, Lydia asked, what are you doing here? And the witch can answer like 58 is serve. Ooh, nice, that's a good word. And 68 is sadness. So I'm going to say serve sadness can be like serve people that are sad or feeling bad or feeling sick or feeling ill. She's healing people. She's a healer. She's a healer witch. And Lydia takes this opportunity to say, hey, there are a bunch of soldiers. There is like a little army coming right to here because they think you're doing something illegal and they want to, I don't know, maybe take you down. They looked like really serious, carrying like swords and shields and all that stuff. And why would that be happen? Maybe the witches know. The witch knows. Let's see if we can find something. 72. It's passion, and 88 is vision. Okay, so I'm going to say that this is her gift. She's a healer. She's supposed to heal people. But I'm going to say that the nobles in the city are not happy about it. It seems like she's too powerful. They feel threatened by her, and they didn't let her stay in the surroundings of the city healing people. So she established her tower here, which I'm going on and say it's also a floating tower. If she wants, she can float it up and travel anywhere or teletransport it, whatever it is. And she put it here like a bit far away from the city so that she could still do her job but wouldn't be bothered by the nobles, or so she thought. Apparently they are coming for her. And since this is not a story about this witch in particular, I feel like I don't want to dwell on that too much. So I would say the witch thanks Lydia for the heads up and just snapped her fingers and takes her tower away, and Lydia can go on like with her journey to the village, because that's the story we're playing. It's Lydia's story. And just so that we don't leave it open, maybe the witch let Lydia know that she's just going to put her tower somewhere else, that she can still do her job, and they don't know where she is, like in the middle of a forest or hidden behind some vegetation, like some tall and heavy vegetation or something like that. Or maybe she makes her tower invisible somewhere else, in which only people she chooses can see the tower. That's a good ending for that, and we can go to the village. So let's say we get to the village finally, since we solved that first unexpected thing prompt, and we can go for another prompt here. So let's roll again. I got a 3, and what is the other one? A 2. So we got here, 1 or more books have gone missing. Who moved them? So for this one, I could say that Lydia got to the village. She established her little library there for a moment, and in her walks around the shelves, she noticed that some books are missing. And what happened to those books? And that's when I would come to one of the oracles, either this one or this one. It highly depends on my mood. Sometimes I feel like going for this one. Sometimes I feel like going for this one. You can choose either one. They're both great. So that's how I would go over with this story, using just the basics, and maybe if I want, I use these ones. And as I said, if you have your phone with you, go to Google Images, type something similar to the prompt or some keywords from the prompt, and see what comes up for you and get inspiration for that. That's a great way of having a oracle with you at all times, but yeah, that's basically how it would go. I would make more scenes and maybe make it into a campaign, let's say, in which every week or every day or so, I come back and play a scene until I'm satisfied with the story and I end it. And again, journaling or recording my voice on what's happening, that's what I would do about this story. And that's what I wanted to show you. And you can see it's very cozy, it's very simple. Even the opportunity that we had for combat, if you don't want to do combat, you can do like I did, just come up with a solution, like the tower just vanishes and goes somewhere else, and you save that little witch that was just helping people. And that's fine. That's pretty simple, no big things to be decided. So yeah, that's it. I love this. It's very cozy. You can even play this without doing anything. Just take these with you, have your phone with some digital dice app, or carry the dice yourself, and you can roll in your hand and see what you get, and just play on your mind. If you're a bench on a park, or if you are waiting at the doctor's office or anything, it's just anything's possible. And I love this because it's super simple, it's super cozy. There's zero pressure on this game here. And that's what I wanted to show you, and I hope you guys liked it. And if you did, remember to press the like button in this video, comment down below what did you think, what were your favorite parts of these improvised story for this video, what would you have done differently, and let me know what you think about this game. And again, all the links that I can possibly get, I'm going to put in the description below so you can check it out for yourself. And I hope you have fun with this. I certainly do. I see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.